Otherwise, stay right here for real issues, real facts with real people.
Maybe you know what a zombie is.
When you keep voting party line, this is what happens to you.
It's worse than horrible because a zombie has no will of his own.
You have subways that are falling apart. You have cops that are being accosted in the street because of that socialist you elected as your mayor.
You see them sometimes walking around blindly with dead eyes, following orders.
When are you New Yorkers going to start holding those people responsible for what they do?
Not knowing what they do, not caring.
You mean like Democrats?
I'm going to deal with topics and issues that'll make you think, make you mad, and maybe even get you a little embarrassed. So don't go anywhere. The lines are open. You can reach me at 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563.
It's the Joe Messina Show.
Welcome back to another session of Sanity right here on the Joe Messina Show. Always appreciate the time you're spending with me here on the air, in the chat room, texting and tweeting and whatever it is that you do. Seriously. So, anyway. Yeah, I love computer equipment. Only when it works, though. I have so much fun with this stuff. All right. Got a lot going on. Karen Sigmund's going to join us in a little bit. Dr. Karen Siegemund. I mean, she has been at this longer than I have. And seriously, she has got her finger on the pulse of what's happening. Loves to, deal with the education world, because that's a bigger deal than you guys think it is. Or some of you think it is. It's not just a matter of, just had this conversation with somebody about homeschooling. And I'm into homeschooling. I think it's a great idea. If you can pull it off and you want to do it and you have the ability and the means to do it, then yeah, go for it. But sometimes you sit there and you go, look, we've already got ourselves in financial straits. We can't do this. Right? We can't take the time to homeschool our kids. I don't agree with it. I get it. Maybe you got to give up a couple of things. I don't know. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Okay, Holocaust victim Anne Frank is being re-imaged as a pansexual Latina with non-binary lover and diverse family in a controversial New York City musical. Isn't that great? Isn't it great to take a historic figure that you have all the information on her? This is nothing new. And now you're going to turn her into a pansexual Latina with a non-binary lover. I'm sure she'd be so honored. Don't you? Keep your kids home. Stop sending them to these schools. My God. And, Governor, I got to keep playing with Governor Newsom. I know some of you guys don't really get it. It's California politics. I get it. But think of something. He wants to run for president. Okay? California Democrats, they're refusing to release financial records related to the construction of their new Capitol building in Sacramento. It was originally estimated to cost $500 million back in 2018. It's since tripled. It's a staggering $1.6 billion now, and expected to rise. But they won't let us audit it. They won't let us know what it really did cost. And where the contracts go, who do they go to? That's the other thing I want to know. But you'll never see that. You'll never see any of it. And I love this, how they, Democrats call it a threat to democracy when Texas redistricts. But look at what Dems have done for years. I mean, this is nothing new for them. They just don't like it because the Republicans have finally stepped up and decided to move forward. Right? Massachusetts, 36% Republican, 0 seats. Connecticut, 42% Republican, 0 seats. Maine, let me see. And New Mexico, Hey, we'll go even further. Maine, New Mexico, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, all well above 40%, no seats. Delaware, over 40%, no seats. Right? Amazing, isn't it? Do you know what the odds are of that happening? Of the 121 House seats in the 6 states listed, or I'm going to list for you, Republicans only hold 24 seats. Right? All these states have an average of 42% of the votes Republicans have. You got California, Illinois, New York, Maryland, New Jersey, and Oregon. In California, the Republicans own 38% of the electorate, and only 9 of 52 seats belong to them. Illinois, 3 of 72 seats, even though these percentages don't work out, do they? And the funny thing about if this had to do with crime, you couldn't possibly bring color into it, right? What I mean by that is that you constantly hear the makeup of what's in the prison percentage-wise. And they'll say to you, locally, black community makes up 15% of population, yet there's 60% of the prisons. That doesn't jive. Okay, I'm going to say the same thing here. Right? Republicans make up over 40% of these places, and none of them can crack 10 to speak of. Ridiculous. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. Get involved, get engaged, be part of the solution. Love it when you are. And make sure, just like what I just gave you, make sure you have that information that you need to make decisions. I mean, that simple. All right. There's just so much we can have fun with. The and Amazon, God, they're going to lay off 600,000, and I've been saying this for so long, and you guys just think I'm just an old fuddy-duddy. But Amazon is going to lay off 600,000 hires because of AI. All right, Joe was your host. Don't go far. A lot more with Karen Sigmund when we return.
Take as little as 3 minutes to see if you could save on motorcycle insurance with Progressive. Come on, you've spent more time than that trying to name your bike.
How about the Crusher? I guess it's not really crushing anything. The Silver Bolt? No. Oh, what about Pepper? Mysterious. Is it a pet or a condiment? Surprise! It's a motorcycle. No, that's stupid.
Get a quote in as little as 3 minutes at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I'd like to introduce you to our new sponsor, Get the Tea. Get the Tea carries all natural, non-GMO organic teas and supplements made in the USA. Get the Tea's ingredients are the purest available. My favorite is Life Change Tea. Life Change Tea is a gentle daily cleanse containing 12 herbs that when combined really keep things moving. I drink it every day and my energy has never been better. I'm feeling great. Life Change Tea comes in 3 delicious flavors, natural, peppermint, and pomegranate. It's an easy and delicious way to keep your digestion on track. And for those on the go, try D365. D365 is Life Change Tea in a capsule. Drink the tea or take D365 capsules and keep your digestion running smoothly. Go to getthetea.com and enter discount code USA to get 10% off any size order. That's getthetea.com, discount code USA for 10% off your order.
When I started MyPillow, it was just a problem solution, one product company. Well, since then, with the help of my dedicated employees, we now have hundreds of products, some you might not even know about. To get the word out, we're having a $25 extravaganza. 2-pack multi-use MyPillows, $25. MyPillow sandals, $25. And for the first time ever, our 6-pack towel sets, you guessed it, just $25. Our brand new 4-pack dish towels, $25. And I've never done this before. Premium My Pillows with all new GAZA fabric, any size, any loft level, even king size for only $25. And there's so much more.
So go to mypillow.com or call 800-923-1812 and use promo code AUDIO1 to get the standard MyPillow for only $14.88, the lowest price ever.
Okay, I'm talking funny because I'm in the witness protection program. I have too much credit card debt and I don't want people to find me.
Okay, I'm just kidding. We're going to talk about credit card debt. Right, those plastic things that we all have in our wallet. Are you in your 50s or 60s and you're still carrying around a mound of credit card debt? Wouldn't it be nice to start banking that money and save a little money for retirement down the road? We help people restructure their credit card debt all the time. We show people how they can get out of credit card debt in months, not years. Listen, you'll be carrying around credit card debt for the rest of your life unless you deal with it right now. We offer a free consultation so you can learn how you can finally wipe out your credit card debt and start saving money. Give us a free call right now.
Call Debt Solutions Network now. 866-451-3328. 866-451-3328. That's 866-451-3328.
If you're a diabetic, we have great news. You can end the painful finger sticks with a new CGM. Plus, they may be covered by Medicare, Medicaid, or private insurance. If you test and inject daily, you may qualify. Call US Med now to learn more.
800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. 800-471-7065. That's 800-471-7065.
Attention! This is a public notice from the Social Security Disability Helpline. If you're one of the millions of Americans who are disabled and unable to work, you may be eligible for disability benefits from Social Security. Receiving benefits is your right. If you suffer from physical or mental disability, whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied, we can help. We'll evaluate your situation and deal with Social Security on your behalf. Best of all, there's no fee until you receive your benefits. Remember, we only get paid if you win your case. There are many reasons and conditions that may make you eligible for disability benefits. Many of them you may not be aware of. So if you're disabled and unable to work, call now to get started with your free, no-obligation consultation.
800-362-9337. 800-362-9337. That's 800-362-9337.
So far, this show has been awfully slow.
Except for the one I saw you do last Thursday.
When we were coming over here tonight, I was a little concerned about his driving. The minute he got to the wheel, I was worried. The left rear wheel he was going to get.
I look around the room and I realize now, aside from Clint Eastwood, I'm the biggest name here.
And now, the professor of political incorrectness, the naysayer of nonsense, the cure for Democrat dementia, here's Joe Messina.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. I love a good bass line. Anyway, Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Send me an email, joe@joemessina.com. And as I always tell you, look, if you're in an area that doesn't carry the show, I can't make it any easier for you. If you just want the audio portion, it's gojoeradio.com, gojoeradio.com, or if you want the video as well, it's gojotv.com, gojotv.com. I'm sure you can figure it out. You're smart people. Dr. Karen Sigmund joins me. We're going to discuss everything from Hamas to local politics and just have a field day with it. Karen, thanks for being with me.
Great to be with you, Joe, as always.
You know, before we get into the Hamas stuff and what have you, I heard Eric Trump give a speech 2 weeks ago. And, I mean, just a raw, in-your-face, My dad was the only one that could pull this off, and not because he was my father, but think about what they threw at him. If he did not have the thick skin he has, and if he did not have the money he has and the resources he has, you're done. Harris would have been back in. Joe might have been back in. And they would be running this like a socialist nation. And he just, every point he hit, I don't usually do this, but I'm like, yeah, he's right. Nobody else, so even people on our side of the aisle that don't appreciate Trump, you don't realize what this man has done for this country. Am I wrong?
Oh, Joe, you just gave me chills and nausea and just everything all at once. You're so right, and I'm delighted to hear that he hit on all those points. It's so easy to complain.
Yep.
And this is where one of the things that I think about a lot these days is the notion of idolatry. We worship people, and it's completely misplaced, because we ought not worship them because they will always disappoint. Mm-hmm. So if, instead of looking at people and comparing them to what we want them to be, I think if it's much healthier if we look at them and compare them to what it could have been. And my goodness, every single day that we have President Trump versus Kamala or, and any real, even, I can't even imagine any Republican, as you say, who could have withstood all the slings and arrows that are thrown at him on a daily basis. And people have the gall to say, my God, he's looking a little bit tired. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So, no, the man is not perfect.
These are the same people that said absolutely nothing about Joey B not being able to find the door out, right?
That's right. Who pooped his pants at the Vatican, who fell upstairs, who wandered off, what was it, a Normandy commemoration? And by the way, now that we know it's been confirmed, all the auto pen stuff, we didn't even actually have an actual administration. Nobody's told us who actually was acting in loco presidentis. We just don't even know. And so Trump is not perfect. No man is perfect. But my goodness, the difference between Trump and anything else we could have had. And you're right also in pointing out this was existential. If it had been anybody else and we wound up with Kamala, the country would be gone. And this, I don't know if we're going to talk about Mamdani in the time that we have. But, right? I mean, this is such it's such a punch to the core of who we are. Yep. And such a deliberate one, and we can talk about that, but Trump really epitomizes America first, American greatness, American power, again, imperfectly, what we stand for, generally speaking, peace through strength, generally speaking, the bulwark against globalism and totalitarianism in its various guises. He's the guy. And by the way, who also devolves power from Washington to the states. So this is such a key element of our constitutional republic. And when people talk about him as being a dictator or a Nazi or a this or that, it's projection. I mean, we talked about this all the time. It's projection, obviously, at its most repulsive. But he's also exactly the opposite. No tyrant devolves power from the executive branch and from the federal branch down to state and local levels. I'm sorry, that's not how it works.
Well, listen, I love these no king. I love these no king protests, right? And you're going. You understand if he was a king, you'd all be laying dead in the street, and or you would have been locked up by now. Okay.
Right. Right. Exactly. If it were true. Plus, I mean, this is my favorite, Joe. A lot of these no kings people, I don't know numbers, but some, enough to make it ludicrous, are saying they're in protest. They're leaving the United States and going to England. I don't know, but I mean, let's undo the entire revolution and go back to a monarchy out of protest because we're no king. It's almost as dumb as Queers for Palestine.
Yeah. Well, there was a guy today I listened to for a few minutes on a podcast, and he had been deported to England. His parents came here incorrectly. When Dad had the chance to make the family legal, he didn't. So they picked him up and they deported him. And he said, you know what? I mean, people are expecting me to be mad and all this other stuff. They're just following the rules. My dad broke the rules, not the government. And right now I've got the paperwork in to return to America because I spent, 39 years of my life there. He said, but I got to tell you something. Coming here to the UK, I want out. This place is a crap hole.
Yeah, and increasingly so.
Yeah.
And further irony of how horrible this country is. Nobody being deported wants to be deported. I don't know. What does that tell you? Are we that horrible place that Ilhan Omar and the rest of them claim it to be? No, nobody ever gets on rafts of water bottles lashed together to come across various straits of water to anywhere that's totalitarian. Nuh-uh. We are the beacon of freedom.
All right, lady. Got to go for a quick break. Be back in a second. Joe Messina, your host. Don't go far. Karen will be with us when we return.
Attention homeowners. It's not if something's going to break, it's when. That's home ownership. If your dryer, your refrigerator, or your AC and heating breaks, that's an expensive call. And who do you call? Make it easy on yourself and call Choice Home Warranty. We've already done the research and have access to 25,000 technicians that can be at your home quickly. We've covered close to 2 million homes in the United States. There's a good chance your neighbors work with us. Call us right now before the next breakdown. We'll tell you everything that's covered in your home and give you the first month free with our ironclad 30-day money-back guarantee. Call now and learn how to get your free month.
800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. 800-378-2250. That's 800-378-2250.
Limitations and exclusions apply. First month free with purchase of single plan. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for more details.
Life is full of surprises. Some wonderful, some not so much. But here's one thing you can control. Making sure your loved ones are protected if the unexpected happens. At easyplans.com, we make getting life insurance, well, easy. In just a few minutes, you can apply online and buy direct. No awkward phone calls, no confusing jargon, and no agent will contact you unless you request help. Just clear, affordable coverage, designed to fit your life and your budget. Fast approval, flexible plans, and unlike other online insurance sites, Easy Plans won't sell your information to others. So no endless phone calls and text messages. Whether you're just starting a family, buying a home, or thinking ahead, easyplans.com has you covered. easyplans.com. We make buying life insurance, well, easy.
News Update, I'm John Schaefer. The government shutdown is now in its fourth week, hitting millions of Americans. On Saturday, food assistance funding will run out for more than 40 million people. Flight delays are also rising, with more than 1,000 reported today as air traffic control faces staffing shortages. The Senate failed to pass a short-term spending bill for the 13th time. A new report shows strong private sector job growth over the past 4 weeks. ADP says preliminary data indicates an average of more than 14,000 jobs added per week through October 11th, a big improvement from September. Due to the government shutdown, ADP will now release 4-week employment averages every Tuesday. Hurricane Melissa is pounding Jamaica, marking one of the strongest landfalls on record in the Atlantic. The storm is bringing life-threatening flooding, heavy rainfall, and landslides across the western part of the island.
We're definitely going to be late to the concert. I feel like we should be there by now.
I'm just taking a little detour. I gotta fill up my gas tank, and I know this place a couple towns over where the gas is cheaper.
Are you serious? We're going to be late for the concert because you're driving out of the way for cheaper gas? Just use Upside.
What's Upside?
Upside is the free cashback app that gets you real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait, I can get cash back just for buying the gas I need anyway?
Yes, I use it all the time, and I've made around $200. Now pull over so you can download the Upside app before we miss the concert.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code PHIL25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime, right to your bank, PayPal, or as a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code PHIL25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code PHIL25.
And that's why yellow makes me sad, I think.
That's interesting. You know what makes me sad?
You do! Maybe we should chug on over to Mamby-Pamby land, where maybe we can find some self-confidence for you, you jackwagon!
Love me a little Charlie Daniels. Doesn't get much more American than that. I'll tell you what. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE. 855-732-5563. Get involved. Get engaged. You know, I say it and I mean it. Be part of the conversation. Make sure you got the information you need so you don't start sounding like them. Right? So you get your information together and you make sure you know what you're talking about, that you have facts that'll slow them down to a crawl. Dr. Karen Sigmund joins me. Love it when she's on the show. It's me. And Karen, thanks for being with me. I always appreciate your time.
It's always great, Joe. It's always terrific. Thank you.
Okay, so BB, you know, our buddy, he has said, that's it, I've had it. Go into Gaza, wipe Hamas out, end of discussion. And I was standing up and applauding when I read that, because I was like, if you had left the guy alone a year ago, or whatever it was, a couple of years ago, he would have had this cleaned up in no time. You know, who thought it was a good idea to trust Hamas to begin with? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Have fun with that.
Go ahead. Well, October 7th. So let's just consider for a minute how October 7th happened. So I contend, as with Putin into Ukraine, October 7th, it also happened under Biden and happened after our catastrophic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. So what did that signal to the world? You can do the things that you've been wanting to do, and the United States won't lift a finger, right? So Putin went in, Hamas went in. So, okay, so now Hamas goes into Israel, and a lot of us were saying on October 8th, 9th, 10th, we were expecting and hoping that Bibi would retaliate instantaneously. The word proportionality keeps coming up. I think that's ridiculous. Hamas came in and did the most outrageous, heinous. I mean, we've all seen the inhumane, the barbaric, I can never find the right words. I don't know that there are the right words. Just in every way, utterly barbaric, civilizational attacks that were beyond description. And they did it with glee. And they did it in a celebratory manner. And they bragged. This wasn't war, the normal kind of war. This was barbarity. This was animalistic.
Well,
and
you heard what they did today, right? Where Hamas took the body. Yeah, you heard about that, where they basically threw it out the window. buried it and tried to make it look like they were digging up the remains.
Right. So barbarism.
Yeah.
And this is, the old, was it Huntington, clash of civilizations. But I would contend it's not the clash of civilizations. It's the clash of civilization versus anti-civilization. And everything that they've done then and since are that. And so Israel had to retaliate in some way and did to a certain extent, but Hamas's control over Gaza was such that there was no way they were going to say enough. And so it's obviously Hamas that put the Gazans at greater risk. And the Gazans, is there really a difference between Gazans and Hamas itself? I don't know. But Hamas is who put those people at risk to whatever extent damage was done. We all know there wasn't really a famine. We know this. We know that the UN was complicit with Hamas. We know, so there was a lot of evil to do with it. We also know, though, that the notion of negotiations with Hamas is, these two things do not go together. Signing an agreement that you can expect to be adhered to is such a charming, quaint little idea that it's ridiculous. We always knew that. So we always knew that Bibi would do what he needed to do should Hamas not comply. Hamas is obviously not complying. They never had any intention of laying down their arms. And so,
and Karen,
Bibi to say,
they're killing Palestinians in the street.
Their own people.
Their own
That's
people.
Right.
Thank you.
That's right. So it's full-on barbarity. And to say that Israel is genocidal is, again, these two things do not go together. Completely preposterous. It's pure evil what's been going on over there. Why the other Arab nations don't take them in, well, we know why. But that's where the real answer needs to lie, except they're not going to, of course. So Hamas, we knew that this agreement was never going to fly. We knew that Bibi was going to have to do what Bibi's going to have to do. It's existential for Israel, and that's just the way it is. It's not like a normal war. It's not like a normal situation of one country versus another country. It's an ideological chasm where for Israel, their entire policy, the Hamas, Gaza, Iran, the entire Middle East, is predicated on wiping Israel off the face of the map. That's what they live by. That's how they grow up. And Israel has no such ideology. Israel is the outpost of Western civilization. They are the tip of the spear. They are the wellspring of of everything that we are, Judeo-Christianity. It's all right there. It must be preserved for us, for Western civilization to survive, but the other side must destroy it, and that's what their entire ideology, their entire politics is predicated on. So nothing should come as a surprise when any, quote, ceasefire is violated, because we knew this. So Howard Bibi to stand up for Israel, and the West must stand by with Israel. I just feel this so strongly. We would not exist were it not for Israel. They are our easternmost border, our easternmost outpost, and by the way, the rest of the world watches what we do. And if we were to let Israel fall, we're next, because it only makes their foes that much stronger, and their foes are our foes. If you hate Israel, you hate us. So we are the great Satan. Israel's in the way. It's so
again, And it's spiritual. It's a battle that isn't going to end anytime soon. So, I let BB do what he's going to do. Take those people out. Get it over with. Not that it'll ever be totally over with. The amount of damage that's been done, the rebuilding that needs to be done is horrendous. But you're not going to finish it. Unless you get rid of some of these terrorist organizations, it's not going to end. I mean, Iran's been pretty quiet. They've probably been threatened by Trump with their lives, which is what probably need to do.
And this is the problem whenever we fall back and we call ceasefires and we have these peace deals and so on. If anybody imagines that they just go back to their corner and think about what bad boys they were, that's absolutely not what happens. They are regrouping, they are rearming. It's called a hudna, when they just take a pause in order to re-energize themselves. So if anybody thinks that Iran, the bombing sorties and missions against their nuclear plants and whatever Israel did and whatever we did has gotten Iran to be a little bit more, chagrined at the situation in the world. Absolutely not. They're not, writing, I was a bad boy 100 times. They're regrouping completely. They're re-strengthening, rearming. We know Qatar is involved. We know Turkey is involved. We know that all, and by the way, we know that China is involved. Yep. And so if they're quiet, it's not because you're a parent. When kids are quiet, it's never because they're playing happily. It's because they're
somebody's dying. That's what.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, we got to go for a quick break. Be back in a minute. Don't go far. A lot more with Karen Sigmund when we return.
Right now, you can eliminate odors, mold, mildew, bacteria, and viruses in your home with the Eden Pure Thunderstorm Air Purifier. The Eden Pure Thunderstorm uses oxy technology that naturally sends out O3 molecules that seek out and destroy odors. The Thunderstorm doesn't mask or cover up bad smells, it eliminates them, leaving that fresh, clean smell, just like after a thunderstorm. The Thunderstorm is small, plugs right into the wall, and fits in the palm of your hand. Put one in your basement, bedroom, family room, kitchen, or anywhere you want clean, fresh air. It even includes a USB cord for your car or truck. Right now, save $200 on an Eden Pure Thunderstorm 3-pack for whole home protection. That's 3 units for under $200, a fraction of the cost compared to other air purifiers. Go to EdenPureDeals.com and use discount code USA3 to save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Use USA and the number 3. Shipping is free.
Attention timeshare owners. Tired of the financial stress? Were you misled by the salesperson? Don't or can't use your timeshare anymore? If any of these apply to you, then you may qualify for timeshare cancellation and get the relief you need now. Timeshare Defense Attorneys is the #1 affordable fixed-fee legal solution in the country, with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating. That's certainly better than my grades. They even offer a 100% client satisfaction guarantee. Let one of their experienced lawyers evaluate your case and explain the process. If they take you as a client, they'll work on your case until it's resolved in your favor, guaranteed. Expect great service and a close working relationship with your lawyer, keeping you informed every step of the way, protecting your rights, interests, and even your credit. It's that simple. Even a kid like me can understand it. The consultation is free. Call today.
800-875-1853. 800-875-1853. That's 800-875-1853.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each Pure Ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use promo code TREAT at checkout and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
Do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call. Because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at crazy low prices. They have access to great prices and discounts at over 500 different airlines. Plus 300,000 hotels and rental car companies. Their prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find the best price for you. Call SmartFares today and get ready to see the world with a fat wallet.
800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. 800-871-3291. That's 800-871-3291.
I've got a unique vacation idea for you that's right here in the United States. If you're ready for a vacation that's fun and downright affordable, listen up. It's driving distance for many of you, so no planes, no airline delays, no hassles. It's Branson, Missouri, the entertainment capital of the Midwest. Live music for everyone. Branson has 3 beautiful, enormous lakes, water attractions, live shows, great food, and tons of entertainment. It's a perfect vacation for you and your family, or if you're retired and you want to have a great time. And you can stay in Branson for as low as $99 a night. Please understand, this is not a timeshare offer. It's a real vacation for as little as $99 a night. We've got a free vacation guide we want to send you right now. All you have to do is call for complete details. Get your free Branson, Missouri guide right now by calling this number.
800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. 800-399-4215. That's 800-399-4215.
I'm Slim Shady. Yes, I'm the real Shady. All you other Slim Shadys are just imitating. So, won't the real Slim Shady please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up.
How can you do a spoken word version of a rap song?
He found a way.
We are back. Joe Messina, your host. Always a pleasure to have you with me. 855-REAL-JOE, 855-732-5563. And I do appreciate the time you're spending with me on the air, in the chat room, texting, tweeting, and truly being part of the conversation. All right, here we go. Let me bring her back on. Dr. Karen Sigmund joins me, and she does every other week. Always appreciate catching up with her and what's going on in the news and her take on some of the things that's going on. What do you want to say, in diplomacy around the planet? So thanks for being with me. Yeah, I don't know any other way to put it. What they call diplomacy. I like Trump's diplomacy, you know? Either fix this or I'm going to blow you out of the water. I think that's wonderful. And, you know, they keep talking about how much we're hated overseas. Did you see the Japanese prime minister with him? She was like, she was googie-eyed, like she was with a rock star.
Well, because she was, by the way, and Japan's not incredibly lucky to have her. She's newly elected. Tremendous. And we found with AFA, my organization, American Freedom Alliance, we did an event in 2019 called the Global Freedom Movement. And we brought together, so 2019 we had Trump in office, and we brought together politicians from Europe and South Korea.
Oh yeah.
Who were in various freedom parties, and because the parliamentary system because they have a parliamentary system there, freedom movements, they don't have as many nonprofits and so on. If you want to start a party, you start a party. So that's why we had people from the freedom freedom parties throughout. And to a man and woman, they cited how grateful they were to President Trump for showing the way, for having their backs, for being so brazen in his advocacy for freedom, for nationalism, for populism, for various kinds of freedom, and standing up to the globalists, standing up to excessive immigration, all the various threats. It was all the same garbage. They faced the same garbage as we do. I used a different word at the conference, but it's the same stuff, different continent. And Trump's confidence in the face of all of that was contagious for these various freedom parties elsewhere. And I would now include this new prime minister of, I think she's prime minister or president, I don't know, of Japan, and Milei in Argentina, and various of these parties all around the world. Trump provides a model for them to follow, and the people of these nations, the people love what he stands for. They love it.
Did you notice the oh crap, what was it? The Argentina for a second. Go back. He actually got a cabinet, their legislature has grown tremendously with conservatives.
Yeah.
I saw that. I was like, whoa, they've gone up, 1,000% in how many conservatives they have in the House seats.
Well, and it's because conservatism gives people freedom of voice, prosperity, safety, all these things that people, again, lash together the water bottles to come over here for. If they can have it there, they don't have to do that. But that's what we have. Opportunity, safety, prosperity, freedom from tyranny. It's not that hard. But because it is so counter to what evil wants, which is a death grip on the people, which is elites, so all for some and none for the rest. No freedom of speech, no freedom of religion, no freedom, right? None of that. The elite, the totalitarian elites want this death grip, and what impedes their succeeding are people like Milei and various freedom parties all over the place. We are the impediment to totalitarian dictatorships, to totalitarianism itself, in whatever guise it's in. And so when we see people like this, the woman in Japan, or Milei, and AFD in Germany, and the Freedom Party in Austria, and Geert Wilders in the Netherlands, and Nigel Farage in the UK, we need to support those parties as much as we can, because it's only through those that the West will remain free. Because the more we see these other countries fall, the harder it is for all of us to fight. It's like Pac-Man or Mario or whatever. When they gobble up major city after major city and take them down, Paris, London, and now New York, it's just, they get stronger and stronger. So we need to fight at all these outposts: London, Paris, Berlin, Vienna, New York, Dallas, San Francisco, Los Angeles. We need to stand up for these because they are being taken down. And once they take down our cities, all the rest, it's very difficult. It's just very difficult. So we need to stand up wherever we can.
My fear, frankly, is we don't have the belly for the fight. Where this country was at 20 years ago, 25 years ago, is not where it's at today. And am I suggesting that we have to be the world's police? No, I'm not suggesting that at all. But, when we look at some of these fights. I'm not going to call them wars, but actions that we have going on overseas, or helping out another country, or even today with the conversation I was having, removing people that are here illegally. You know, how can you do that? These are young kids now. It's like, how can you do that to these families, to these people? To go, wait a minute, you're either for the rule of law or you're not for the rule of law. Which is it? There's no place for emotion in the law. There is a place for compassion based on why somebody does what they do. But there is, you can't just emotionally decide it makes you feel bad, so we're going to leave them all.
That's how it all falls apart. And we're seeing the flip side of the broken windows method of, of civilization. Because if you let things go, a little bit, it's just this, it's just that, it's just this grandfather, it's just this family, it's just, then you have tens of millions of people who are not on your side, who are here, and you've destroyed, as you pointed out, the rule of law from the very get-go. I mean, AOC and all the rest have said, well, just because you're here illegally doesn't make you a criminal. I'm sorry, did you just hear what you said? Your first act here has been criminal. And so we have to stop it from the beginning. And if we didn't stop it at the beginning, it's never too late to deal with criminality. We've got to clean it up. And if this is one of the many fronts we have to fight on, then so be it. But having them here who they are not America first, they do not believe, their entire belief system is counter. Not everybody, but enough. It's a danger. It's a danger to this country, and that has to stop.
You know, that's the argument I had with the socialists today. Was, they're rounding up people who haven't broken the law; they're just here working. And I said, you mean people who came here illegally? You realize that whether it's a misdemeanor or not, because that's what you're going to throw out next, because you're speaking CNN up here. I said, it's still illegal. When I go speeding, the speed limit is 55 and I go 56, that's illegal. I can get a ticket for that. You know, it doesn't give me, I don't get a pass because I'm here illegally, or I shouldn't.
Right. Well, I remember too when I was on the East Coast, and we don't hear about this anymore, and I don't really understand it. You had to pass an E-Verify check that ensured, so employers needed to check your citizenship status through this thing called E-Verify. And it was just a given that that's what you would have to do. And it was up to the employer to ensure that his or her employees were here legally. And it was just, this made total sense. Of course you would. Of course you would. When did that become a non-issue? When did it become assumed that it was perfectly okay to have people of any citizenship status work here? Meg Whitman, her whole gubernatorial campaign was tanked because she had a maid who was illegal, and now you'd be laughed out of everywhere to assume that they weren't illegal. Of course they're illegal.
Well,
so
take Nancy Pelosi's words, right? And AOC's words. Who's going to clean our houses? Who's going to clean our toilets? God.
So that's just in 10 short years.
All right. Hey, wait a minute. Quickly before we run out of time, tell people where they can get a hold of your organization.
Find us, AmericanFreedomAlliance.org. Find us on Twitter, X, Getter, Rumble, YouTube, Instagram. We're all over the place. American
God bless.
Freedom
I know.
Alliance.
I let time get away from me. God bless for what you do. We'll have you on again soon. Joe Messina, your host. People, have a great rest of the day.